Very good afternoon. Nice. So I'm Surabhi. Okay, I am a question document and fingerprint expert. I'm working as an assistant professor in Kalasalingam University. Okay, it is situated in Tamil Nadu. Okay, am I audible to everyone now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful. Okay, so let's start with types of forgery for today. Okay, today, if you could get a tracing sheet paper, okay, just a tracing sheet paper. I hope you all have notebooks with you just to take down notes and all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, nice. So take down a book, okay, and take pencil, a pen, and an eraser. Okay. By the time while we get through the session, by 1:30 maybe, okay, we will need a book or two sheets of paper, pen, pencil, and an eraser. If you could arrange all these things, that will be wonderful. Okay, nice. So you can ask your doubts anytime. Okay, maybe we'll have a session for doubts clearance at the end of the session for today. And let's start. Are we all good? Any other thing you want me to know about me? Okay, I suppose there is nothing. Okay, so coming to question document. How many of you here know what exactly is a question document and what can you call a question document is?
Examination of document from data entry.
Sorry, dear, can you be a little bit louder?
Examination of document from data entry.
Nice. Examination of documents. So, question document is nothing but a piece of material which contains a message. In a simple term, it's a piece of material which contains a message. It can be either written, typed, printed, anything. Even can anyone tell me a e-stamp paper? Okay, nowadays like the stamp papers are changing right now. Can anyone tell me what is an e-stamp paper? Can it be considered to be a question document? A computer generated material, can that be considered as to be a question document?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. So why do you think can that be considered as a question document? That's not a typical document at all, right? It does not have paper, it does not have pen, nothing. So how do you think that is one? Why do you think that is one? Why do you think a computer generated document would be a question document?
Because, ma'am, some alteration may be occurring.
Some alterations might occur. Wonderful. Can you tell me what are the different types of alteration which can be there? Why
Ma'am, addition, erase,
erasures, addition,
o- obli-
erasures?
obliteration.
Addition, erasures, and obliteration can happen on paper, but why on computer generated sheet of paper or computer generated document? No, Vinita, you are absolutely right. Those are the different types of alterations which can happen to a question document. Let's see what are the different types of forgeries for today. Okay, you all were right. So, coming to what are different types of forgery, forgery is absolutely a crime. We all know that. Okay, it refers to making a fake document. One thing is already been there. Recreation of that document in a different manner, which the intention is to make the second document, which has been created later, to look exactly like the first one. That is the main intention, be it you, me, or anyone. Okay. So any modification which has happened to a present document, any sort of modification, just like Vinita told right now, it can be obliteration, it can be erasures, it can be substitutions, it can be additions, anything. Okay. So or anyone else who's signing it. I do not know how many of you have done this, but while we were younger or in school days and all, we used to sign our own parents' signature in the marks cards. That was an unauthorized sign. Okay. So what the teacher used to look at was only at the signature part, but they would not guess is that the exact signature of the parents or not. We sometimes used to sign it on behalf of them, saying that, okay, fine, if I tell this to my parents, they might scold me or something like that. Or we might have just received a courier, just a courier from anyone. We would sign in on behalf of your teachers or behalf of your parents, anyone. Okay, so that is your forgery. That's just forgery. But if you do the same thing while your document is in a high profile case or else it is questioned, okay, if the document goes to court, then it becomes a crime. Okay, if that is causing loss to anyone in any sort of way, if that is leading to a loss, then that is called a crime. Okay, may it be a minute loss, may it be a huge loss, a loss is a loss, right? So that is called your crime while you do a forgery. Okay, so if, for an example, I know that you people know this, but just letting you all know. For an example, I am just a general manager of a store, and my boss have given me an authority for signing for any sort of contract while he trusts me. Okay, but if I'm not given the authority, if I'm not given the authorization for signing any document, then I should not be signing. If I do, then I'll be held responsible for it. Then I can be held for a case on me. Okay, so that will be called as a fraud. Okay, so just like I told you, the forgery can be on contracts. Okay, there'll be a contract saying that, okay, fine, our company will serve you for the next 2 years for whatever demands you have, and in return we charge this much. Maybe the contract says that, and you do not have any authority to sign it. Maybe it should be just a CEO or an MD of the company who should be doing that. Okay, but you do it instead of them, then that will be a legal case. Okay, identity cards, um, general identity cards, normal school identification cards, college identity cards, your work identity cards, all these can be identity cards where sometimes the principal's signature or the head ma'am signature would be very easy, and if we lose a identity card ourselves, there are instances where we have recreated the identity cards on our own and worn it to school or colleges. So that is a type of forgery what we have done. Okay, so it should be done with an intent to commit a crime. Okay, if forgery, if it is a legal suit, it should be considered as a crime. Okay, next, handwriting analysis. What a handwriting analysis actually takes from you? What do you exactly need? It needs the okay, I need to ask this question right now. Anyone know what is the difference between a graphology and just an handwriting analysis? What both involves handwriting. So what is a graphology and handwriting analysis? Anyone? Anyone? What is the difference between a graphology and just a handwriting analysis? What is the difference between what is a question document analysis and graphology? Does anyone have a vague idea? Anyone?
No.
Okay. See, graphology is a method or a technique or an expertise where you analyze the handwriting to get to know the characteristics or a feature of a person through the handwriting. Okay. While question document analysis involves comparing two different documents, letting know which is a genuine document or which is a forged document, letting know which handwriting is genuine and which is not. Okay, that is the difference between a question document analysis and a graphological analysis. Okay, so for being a question document expert or for being a question document analytic person, you need a forensic training. Okay, you need a proper training which can teach you how to determine the changes, how to determine which is genuine, which one is a forged one, or which one is not. It's a skill based examination in forensic science. Okay, it completely requires your skill, just not mugging up your topics. Okay, so that involves your handwriting analysis. Okay, we need to get to know. It's not only about always forgery which comes to you. If you're a forensic question document expert, it's not always one document which comes to you saying that okay, fine, check whether this document is forged one. There are instances where the document comes to you saying that check whether this document is genuine. Okay, we have tests for genuinity, we have tests for forgery, everything. Okay, any material which has a message on it is a question document by the definition, and similarly any sort of such document can end up in your hands. Okay, for forensic handwriting analysis or forensic question document analysis, you need two things, okay, which are similar to each other. That is law of comparison. Okay, you are going to compare like with like. Okay, so I am in this situation, like I would like to ask anyone, does anyone know what is law of comparison? If you have read through or if you know anything, you can please share. I'll repeat it too again. Law of comparison, anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
please, Rohit.
similar evidence may be मतलब comparable, like
हाँ,
bullet, hairs, and documents.
हाँ, क्या हम बुलेट के साथ बुलेट कंपेयर कर सकते हैं या बुलेट के साथ हम फायर आर्म कंपेयर कर सकते हैं? क्या करना
मैम
चाहिए हमें?
मैम
बुलेट के
बुलेट
साथ
के
बुलेट
साथ
करेंगे.
यस साक्षी,
मैम बुलेट के साथ फायर आर्म भी कर सकते
बुलेट के साथ फायर आर्म कर सकते हैं? आर यू श्योर?
हैं मैम लाइक अगर वो फायर्ड होगा तो उसके गन को इंस्पेक्ट करते हैं तो उससे पता लगता है कि बुलेट इस गन से फायर हुई है.
एक और बार सोचिए. ओके,
मैम
आपने
बुलेट
जो
के
कहा.
साथ बुलेट.
यस रोहित, सॉरी.
मैम बुलेट के साथ बुलेट करेंगे. कंपेयर
एग्जैक्टली. कंपैरिजन जब करते हैं तब हमें बुलेट के साथ बुलेट ही कंपेयर करना चाहिए.
यस
ओके,
मैम.
जो साक्षी ने बताया वो इस तरह था कि अगर हम गन को एग्जामिन करें, अगर हमें गन शॉट रेसिड्यूज उस गन से मिला, तब हम बता सकते हैं कि हाँ, इस गन से कुछ तो फायर हो चुका है, पर हम ये कंक्लूजन पे नहीं आ सकते कि यही बुलेट यहीं से निकला है. मतलब जो बुलेट हमें मिला है वही बुलेट उस गन से फायर हुआ है कि नहीं, वो हम पता नहीं लग सकते. Okay, I mean, I'm not so good at Hindi maybe, but okay. So yeah, just like Rohit told, we have to compare a bullet with a bullet only. Okay, but we can get to know with the firearm that whether the bullet was from a pistol or the pellet what we have got from was a shotgun or not. Okay, we can compare to know the type of firearm, but not exact comparison. Okay, similarly, one more question. Can a signature be compared to a handwriting? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Can Vinita? Wonderful. Can a signature be compared to a handwriting? If I write a sheet of paper, अगर आपको हिंदी आती है?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. अगर मैं एक शीट ऑफ पेपर में मेरा अपना थॉट्स जो कुछ भी है वो लिख देती हूँ, बाद में अपना हैंड सिग्नेचर डाल देती हूँ मैं वहां पे. ठीक है, बोल देती
Yes,
हूँ
ma'am.
ओके, अगर मैं सुसाइड लेटर लिख रही हूँ, ओके, मैं लिख रही हूँ कि मेरे जिंदगी में जो कुछ भी है वो सबका कारण मैं हूँ, ऑल दिस ड्रामा थिंग्स आई राइट, एंड लास्ट आई राइट, आई पुट माय सिग्नेचर. Okay, at a point of time it becomes questioned. Okay, they say that okay, the handwriting and the signature does not match. So that sheet of paper comes to you saying that tell me whether the handwriting and the signature are put by the same person. Can you do that?
Please be mindful
Yes,
while
ma'am.
going down the stairs.
Okay. साक्षी, आप कुछ बताया?
Yes, ma'am. I told you yes.
You told yes. Okay, thank you. So basically what happens is that while you have a signature, it is always mandatory to compare your signature with your signatures only. Law of हमें देता है. Okay?
ओके.
हाँ, अगर हम हैंडराइटिंग के साथ हैंडराइटिंग कंपेयर कर रहे हैं तब ये चलेगा. सिग्नेचर के साथ हैंडराइटिंग कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते. Okay? Let's do an activity. If you all have paper with you, do you all have paper?
यस मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Okay. Now, everyone, if you are comfortable with turning on your cameras, please turn on your cameras. and take out a sheet of paper, a stable background for your sheet of paper to write. Okay. Now, write 2 sentences. Maybe just a handwriting analysis with whatever you see on the screen, just write it and sign below it. Can you all do that? Just 2 minutes. Please do. Yeah, wonderful. If you're comfortable with turning your cameras on, you can please do, where you can show your sample data. Mark this as 1. This is your first activity. Mark this as 1. Okay, I have Dr. Agnes. Yes. Nice. Wonderful, Neha Sharma. Okay. Wonderful. So if you have completed a sentence, sign below it. Niharika, nice. Yes. Nice, Niharika, nice. Good. Okay. Yes. So if you, thank you, Agnes. That Agnes, please hold it right there. Vinita? Yes, nice. So if you can look at your own samples right now, the way you have written your content, the main content or the definition is in a straight line. Okay, the way you have written it is in a straight line. Okay, where the spacing is equal and you have a particular rhythm while you write it. Okay, you go up, come down, you move your hands in a similar way. But while you sign, what happens is that your alignment is changing. Okay, your content, what you have written is straight. Majority of us write it straight. Okay, but while you sign, we have a particular alignment. The alignment is uphill, while in the example of Miss Agnes signature, and we underline it, and we just write some short forms of our own names, or you just omit some letters of your name. So if you can see this, sometimes which is a person with similar handwriting can write it too. So that is here it is Gautam, right? Nice. Krishna Gautam. If you can see Krishna Gautam's signature, keep it right there. Thank you. If you can see Krishna Gautam's signature, he has written K, and then he has taken an flourishment and he has written Gautam, where he is not writing his complete name. Okay. So while you have to compare this handwriting with, if you can see Krishna Gautam's sample right now, his way of writing like the handwriting is different and his signature looks way more different. In an initial observation, we can say that it's not the same person, but in reality, it is being written by the same person. Okay, the fluency with which you sign is different. The fluency with which you write is different. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So this is one practical thing that I want you to understand, that the way you sign is different and the way you write is exactly different from what you sign. There was example of Agnes, there's example of Krishna Gautam, there was example of Niharika Diori. Everyone sign in a different way than you write. So you should have analysis is about 2 similar things before you can compare. Okay, so it's about comparing 2 or more documents with a reasonable degree of certainty whether it is from the same person or is from the same origin or not. We need to know whether it's the same person or the same origin, or the document has been tampered by someone else. These are the main questions we normally handle. Okay, so what are the different types of forgeries, or what are different types of medium that we can use. The first thing would be a pencil, like Krishna Gautam used a pencil, Agnes used a pen, the other person used a blue pen, the other next person would be using a sketch pen, anything. Totally, in total, handwriting involves your hand, okay, and a engraving medium, okay, or a surface. So you write it with a pen, pencil, a type, even a typewritten matter will be there, okay. Your wills, affidavits, all these things are typewritten, okay. And you can do it by printing. All the printouts what you get right now, e-stamp papers are examples of print material. Then engraving. So engraving is where you exert pressure onto a particular substance to make sure that has been fixed inside it. All the stone engravings, all the written materials on stones, the ancient stones what we know, that is all engravings. Okay. Then you can do it by erasing, altering the contents. The forgeries are all done by erasing it. For an example, I have a will, okay, which my grandfather has written it to me, and I have a brother called Saurabh or someone like that. Okay, so I just do an alteration to that, making sure that it looks like Surabhi later. Okay, where I erase certain things, I erase RA in between or else U in between while I alter the document. Okay, or by obliterating it. I do not know how many of you have done this. In case you're writing your record books or your journals in a um, very minute way, or you're concentrating a lot while writing it, but you make a mistake. We tend to take a blade or a sharp object, try to remove only the top layer of it. While I have done that, I do not know how many of you have done that. So we only remove the top layer of the paper, making sure that it does not affect the whole sheet, and you change whatever is there on it. That is obliteration on a material. Okay, so that is an obliteration on a original writing. You obliterate. So coming to types of forgery, what are the different types of forgery that we can come across? Forgery is nothing but you try to fake something, you try to recreate something which you're not authorized to do so, but it makes sure that it causes a loss to a person or it damages something. Okay, that is where forgery is taken into a criminal action. Okay, so coming to types of forgery, there is a freehand forgery. Forgery by transplantation. Then we have traced forgery, or and then forgery over genuine signature. Okay, so I hope you all have your pen and paper. Everything. Okay, nice. So now I want you to make columns. Okay, draw columns. Um, where okay, write one, sign your own signature, and this is your activity for your today. Like today's activity, I would like to ask what happened about this by tomorrow. Okay, I need you to. Nice, wonderful. So twice, sign twice side by side on a sheet of paper. Sign twice on a sheet of paper and leave space for signing four more times below it. Okay, sign twice side by side, and below that leave space for four more signatures to happen. Okay,
Okay,
sign
ma'am.
twice. Nice. Now, this sheet of paper you're going to give to any one of your family members, your friends, or anyone you're staying with right now, and ask them to recreate that sign, to forge that sign. Okay, let me know what
Can you
happens.
repeat?
Yes, sure, sure. Just a second. 1 minute. One minute. Okay. Can you all see a whiteboard? I have started presenting a whiteboard. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Nice.
ma'am.
Nice. So if this is your sheet of paper, what you're seeing right now, so supposingly this is my sheet of paper and you have your sheet of paper. Okay. What I do here is that you can just put any sign you normally use. Okay. I put a signature like this for an example. Okay. And I sign it again here. Okay. If I underline, I can. If I need to, I can. Okay. So this is how I sign. You're going to sign twice side by side like this. Okay. Sign twice side by side. And you're going to leave space. You're going to leave space here. 2, 3, and 4. I mean, it's congested here, but you don't do that way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This you're going to give it to one person, and this you're going to give it to a second person. Okay, this is your first activity for today. I mean, of homework sort of, or an assignment, or anything you can think that way. This is your first activity for today. This signature, give it to anyone you know, and this signature, give it to anyone you know, a second person. Okay, so you're going to hand over this sheet of paper to 2 people. Just ask them to reproduce your signature. Okay, that is your activity. Okay, that's your homework or assignment for tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to ask what you have done, and I'm going to ask you what they have done. Okay, all clear? You have done this?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful, nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nice. So your task for today is to give this to you, two different people. Observe what they do. Okay, observe what they do and tell me what happened later. Okay, tell me what happened later. Okay, I'll ask you questions tomorrow, not today. Okay, what had happened, I'll ask you tomorrow, not today. Okay, so now there are different types of forgeries that we have to look through. Okay, the first one is forgery by memory. We would have done this. I do not know how many of you are really very good kids. अच्छे बच्चे बहुत लोग जो होते हैं उनको ये पता नहीं चलेगा, जो बिगड़े रहते हैं या उल्टे सीधे काम किए होते हैं उनको ये पता चलता है. जैसे पापा के सिग्नेचर कैसा दिखता है, चलो मैं उनकी तरह साइन कर देता हूँ. ओके, मम्मा का साइन ऐसा दिखता है, नानी का साइन ऐसा दिखता है. जो हमारे मेमोरी से निकलता है, द साइन विच comes out from your memory is called as a forgery by memory. Okay, जो किया सो किया, but it comes in like it is coming out from your memory. That is your forgery. Okay, it looks exactly like that. It looks similar to what you have done before. Okay, that is your forgery by memory. Okay, if you have a sheet of paper, if you want to try it out by yourself, just sign someone else's signature you already know by now. You will be knowing your brother, sisters, friends, anyone's, your mother, father, grandfather, anyone's signature. You know that okay, fine. क्या दिखता है इनके सिग्नेचर, माय गॉड मुझे ट्राई करना चाहिए, किसके आपने सोचा होगा, आपने किया नहीं होगा, वो साइन अभी कीजिए. But when you do this, I will assure you that it is your handwriting or it is your signature which comes onto the paper, but not theirs. Okay, there are 27 bones which are working while you write. Okay, and there are 40 muscles which are working together while you write. And these muscles will only work like you want it to work, not the other person wants it to work. That's why handwriting is very special. Handwriting and fingerprints are as unique as it can be. Okay, so forgery consists of memory, which is called as your forgery by memory. Okay, आपका किसी का याद आता है जिसने साइन किया होगा तो उनका सिग्नेचर आप कर देते हो. That is your forgery by memory. Okay, next is your traced forgery. Tracing तो हमने बचपन में बहुत किया होगा, like you trace out images, you trace out some figures and all these things. If you have done
Yes,
glass
ma'am.
painting, you will know. Yes? Wonderful. So what have you traced? What have you traced by now? Okay. Yes, Vinita, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, diagrams.
Diagrams. Yeah, exactly. While, especially in biology, right? While we do
Yes,
not
ma'am.
know, yeah, nice. So in biology, we tend to trace out diagrams. We tend to trace out the images which are very difficult for us to um, draw on our own. But what happens in forgery is that sometimes we want the forgery to look exactly like the person who has signed it. अगर हम criminal हैं, for you being a forensic expert, for you being expert in any field you want, you need to think like a criminal yourself. Okay, and imagine that you have a bank balance, not you, maybe your father, grandfather, or anyone you know by now is having a bank balance of over 5 6 lakhs or 7 lakhs, which you need immediately. Okay, let's stay grounded, let's have lesser money to look on for. Okay, so what is that thing that you can do now? क्या कर सकते हैं अभी? आपको अभी वो पैसा तो चाहिए, आपको बैंक में पड़ा है, करना क्या चाहिए हमें? अगर आपको 5 लाख चाहिए, अभी के अभी चाहिए, बहुत मुश्किल में फंस गए हो आप, पर आपको अभी के अभी 5 लाख चाहिए, क्या करना चाहते हो अभी? क्या करेंगे आप? एनीवन? 5 लाख है बैंक में, अगर आपने कुछ किया तो 5 लाख आपका हो सकता है, क्या करना चाहते हो अभी? एनीवन? नो वन वांट्स दैट 5 लाख, इज इट? 5 6 लाख पड़ा है, no one is there to take that, not the owner, none. So what do you want to do? How do you think that you can take that money? Not robbing it, okay? Yes, yes, Rohit. बैंक में 5 6 लाख पड़ा है. Okay, there are 5 6 lakhs in the bank. Okay, in a bank account, in one person's bank account. For an example, it is there in my bank account, and I'm not a person who's gonna take that money. So if you need that money, what are you gonna do except robbery? You're gonna take it in a legal way, but you're not gonna rob the bank, but you're gonna take the money. What are you gonna do?
Ma'am, we traced your
Ma'am, fake signature.
You should take my signature, right? You need my signature to get my money, yes? But if you forge it, it'll look like fake signature. Yes, Suryanshi, nice. You do a fake signature, but that sign the check leaf. Yes, very good. Yeah, Agnes, we have to sign the check leaf. Should the sign in the check leaf look exactly like my sign? Yes. Should the sign in the check leaf should look exactly like my sign, so that the bank, the cashier who's sitting in the bank will not know that it's not Surabhi signature. Yes, yes. So people who think exactly like this, everyone in that case, everyone who thinks like this, the best method for doing such thing is your traced forgery. Okay, where you trace the signature. Okay, you have a tracing sheet of paper, or else there are different methods for you to trace out the signature. Okay, you can keep a light. Okay, you can keep a box. Okay, where the top part of a box is transparent, a glass box. Keep a light beneath it. The light will go through the box onto the sheet of paper. It will make sure that the writing material is darker. And you can keep another sheet of paper over it and trace it. Just like how we used to trace out diagrams. Similar way, if you trace it out, your signature will also come onto the another sheet of paper. That is your traced forgery. Okay. It is tracing signatures from a genuine signature. Here you need two things. You need a blank sheet of paper or the medium onto which you need to take the signature onto. And the other one is your genuine signature. You need your genuine signature to be there. Okay. Without your genuineness or a genuine document, you cannot have your traced forgery. Okay. Here is an example. Here is an example. Let me take. See, this is a genuine signature. What you're seeing right now. Okay, this is your genuine signature. This one, this signature, what you're seeing below it, is a traced forgery. Okay, it's a traced one. Here, the person has been really very brilliant to extend this S. Okay, to change this S. But if you try to superimpose this signature with this signature, it will almost superimpose. Okay, no two signatures can be exactly the same, or no two handwriting samples, even from the same person, will be exactly the same. Okay, the signature what I have asked you to sign right now, even those two signature will have a variation.